I stopped in this exact same spot. So I limped it back here. Guarantee they're using this to get moose. Oh my God. Oh. Well, I'm out of that valley. Just want to show you where. Just hang on, Cash. We're not going right away. Go get him. Get him out of there. Show you where we were and what we did. And did every goal we thought of, except I didn't go fishing because the water was high in most of the rivers and dirty. But this is a perfect example of what we did. I made it to that mine. That's tungsten mine. Okay, we went up. This road here went all the way into the I gotta pronounce it, Cantung mine. But then there's a road that goes this way and goes way up this river here, and that goes into the Nahani. It goes about 50 kilometers. I didn't go 50 kilometers because from here to there, a couple hundred kilometers. You started to build the 217 kilometers into the Cantung mine, but then there's another road that veers off and goes this way for 50 kilometers. And of course, I was back there quite a ways. So, I mean, I drove in 110 kilometers, and then I quadded in the other 150 or 60 and checked all sorts of shit out and camped in there. Found a cabin that I camped in when on my quad. So I feel like I've checked this road out really good. If I was to go in there again, it would only be because I would want to take the horses in and pack them into these mountains. But, I mean, there's mountains that are a lot closer. It was beautiful seeing these mountains, I'm telling you that much. Well worth a trip in there. Not for the light of heart, though. I've got a bunch of spare tires. When I'm driving my horse trailer on roads like this, 50 kilometers an hour. Nice and slow, and just take your time. You know, it's beautiful country. You may as well see it. And there's just no reason to go fast. So now this is where I'm going now. I'm going to Ross River. And I tried to get on this canoe road one time before and wasn't able to do it because you have to take a ferry across here and they wouldn't let you across because it was too early, and I might be too early this time too. But I want to get right back into the, I guess it's called the Haas Mountains. My goal was to get to the Northwest Territories here, and my goal will be the same here. The nice thing is that I can fuel up here, and so I can take the horse trailer a little bit further. Right now, I've come 100 kilometers from Watson Lake, and then 100 kilometers in there, then 100 kilometers out, and now I have to make it to here on this tank of diesel. I have one 5-gallon backup, so I think I'll make it anyways. It'll be close. And regardless, I could take my motorbike out and go run in there and grab 5 gallons and run back to the truck if I could run out. So we'll see what happens. But I know Ferro's got a golf course, so if I get to Ferro, I may golf in Ferro. And I may not make it there today. I might just check some of these lakes out. Whatever. But anyways, met a guy at the mine. He explained to me the hot springs. The hot springs are past the mine, but the gate is here, so you can't get to the hot springs. And it just sucks because I wanted to go to the hot springs. Saw it on a map, but they've got it closed off, which kind of sucks. That explains what I did on that little trip. I'll talk to you when I get to Ross River, or I mean along the way. We'll see. Cash, where are you? Tony, what are you doing? What are you doing, sweetie? Oh, my back's tender today. Too much quadding, not enough hiking. No flats, that's a bonus. No flats is always a good day. My window's still holding up. duct tape seems to want to be falling apart. I jammed this in there to kind of keep it in there. Come on, guys, let's go. On the road we go. I stayed up till 12:30 last night around the campfire. Watched a little movie. I got a little DVD player in my horse trailer, and I watched Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey, who's one of my favorite actors. And it's a really good show. I mean, it's light all the way through the night, so you lose track of hours here because you can do things anytime. We'll have pavement for about another, I'm going to say 4 or 5 kilometers. I don't know, might be 10. I've only been up here once before. And then it's gravel all the way, but it's way better gravel than that road, so I don't have to stick to 50 kilometers an hour. If you're doing this shit, just don't be in a hurry. Life's too goddamn short. Take your time and enjoy it. Look at this. Why would you go too fast? I'm already going too fast coming down this hill. That's probably because I didn't put the jake on, didn't put the tow package on. Too busy talking. My first sign in hours says that Ross River is 171 away. I have enough for 179 kilometers. So it's gonna be nip and tuck. Well, like I said, I've got that 5-gallon thing, but let's see if I can drive accordingly and make it. Ooh. What is that, buddy? What is it? Oh. Oh my God. Oh. Would you like to go out and kick his ass, buddy? He's just gonna wander down the center of the road. He's just doing this to piss you off, Cash. Look at him. Look at him swaying from side to side. Cash, what are you gonna do about that? Oh, he's looking back at you, Cash. He's saying, yeah, come on, little doggy. Oh, Cash. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a cocky little bear, Cash. I know. Oh, look at him swaying. What do you think, guys? Oh my God, eh? That's a bear, eh? Can smell it now? Oh. Didn't he get off of Cash's head? Oh my God. Look at that bear, Cash. You think we should let him get off the road? Huh? Doesn't seem too worried about you, does he? Huh? Oh, there he goes. He's going in the bush now. Oh, no. No, he's not. Oh, he's running again, Cash. That's just a little bear. Okay. Oh, I think he's on the other side, Cash. Did you see that guy, Cash? He was literally freaking wagging his ass at you. Huh. I could not believe that. No respect whatsoever. Must have saw a rabbit, eh? Oh, cool. Look at this old handmade wooden sled. It's made out of plywood. Toonie's on the hunt. I didn't see the rabbit, but there must have been a rabbit here. Got away, did it, Toonie? Holy crap. This is a whole roll of... I think that's aluminum cable. Jesus, that's worth a bit of money. Just lying here. Okay, another old toboggan. I just saw along the highway some fence posts. So I thought I'd come in and see. And sure as hell, well, there's a lot of shit in here. Holy crap, look at the gas cans. The calendar, last calendar in the place was from 2000. So, that's probably when it was abandoned. 25 years is a lot of years in this country. Shit does not last. Like that old snowmobile. What do you think, Toonie? You got beat? The rabbit beat ya? Somehow we punctured a hole in the tire. So, we gotta get some air in it so I can find out where the hole is so I can fix it. First, we have a little air compressor. And that plugs into cigarette lighter. 12 volt. Key on. We'll give that a few minutes. And while we're at it, we'll check this place out. This place is not abandoned. They're actually doing some shit in here and keeping it clean, which is nice. Yeah, a shitload of food there. But anyways, we won't stay in there because I think they're using it. These are all beat up. But they're right on the river here. Oh, this is cool. Probably had this for the kids. But nobody went near this bank. Good parents, obviously. God, even if I came out here and stayed and just fished, I'd want it to be cleaner than this. Like, just so messy. Oh well. It's not everybody's as anal as me. I like keeping my shit clean. These would be fun, but oh my god, they would just jolt your kidneys by the end of the day. Guarantee they're using this to get moose. Nice. Hey, let me see if I've got enough air in there to find the leak. We'll run that for a while, see what happens. So, I limped it back here because I feel like I have a cinch back here. I wasn't very far down the road. I feel like I have a cinch back here that will do the job for me. I've got a crack in the bead, I believe. I don't want a big one, I just want a little one, but I want this. And I think that's too big, that one. Oh, let's try it. Oh yeah, that might work. Okay, so we need to get that around the tire, and we need to pressure the tire so that the bead sets on the outside. That's if the leak is there, but I'm not getting enough air pressure out of that little compressor to tell me whether the leak is there or not. So let's see what we can do here. We'll MacGyver it. I gotta get it nice and straight. Gotta get it right in the middle. Oh, I could just hook it right here. Yeah, baby. That's better, right? Okay. Gonna snug it up. And so ideally, that's gonna make that bead set. Now, grab the little compressor and give it a try. Emergency Compressors aren't the best. They have bailed me out before. So let's check this and make sure I'm getting air out of it first. Yeah, good air out of it. I think it worked right away. Okay, not everything works that easy, guys. Let me put it out there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is release this before the tension gets too big. Ooh, there we go. And just like that, you have your tire fixed. So, lesson learned. Put the goddamn strap in. You got to get the tire off the ground. Blah, blah, blah. I feel like you understood the concept of that. So I did nothing to that tire except knocked it off the bead. I'm impressed with myself. That's always nice when shit works, eh? Doesn't always work. I gotta put it out there. It does not always work. But the thing is, if I had a flat in the face, I've got my plugs, which is generally what happens. And the plugs are in here somewhere for sure. There, that green case right there. That's the plugs. I can lower that. And we'll stop right there. Don't want too much pressure in these tires. Obviously a little more than I had. Too much pressure in quad tires just gets you in shit. I'm gonna put that strap in my oh, you know what? I got one in here anyways. No, I don't. I have the strap, but I don't have the actual ratchet. It's gonna kill me to do it. It just sits in my truck. Quad's always in my truck anyway, so if it's in my quad, it's gonna always be here, isn't it? I can even roll it up nicely so it sits in there nicely. Hate rolling these up. Done 1,000 of them in my life. Always had to roll them up when you were trucking. Swamping, I should say. The driver never rolled them up. Whoa! And ba-boom. So having dished this little air compressor, it's just done up 4 tires and worked just fine. That's it. We have 4 good tires again. Thanks for helping. Thanks for helping, guys. Thank you very much. Oh, Toonie, what are you gonna do? Get up and bite the tire? Huh? Good girl. Thank you. Thank you for helping. Yeah. Cash is over there. He's not helping. Too late, Cash. Too late. She came. You didn't. Come on. Let's go. Toonie. One, 2, 3, 4. Life is good. Say goodbye. Woo! Thought I'd take you guys down to the water with me for my coffee and Drown Beauty. I was going to make it all the way to Haas River today, but I did not. I was driving slow, had a couple of snoozes, just basically did shit. The one thing I did not do was hurry. And then I parked at a gravel pit, jumped on the quad, drove 3 miles, and saw this spot. So I literally went back, grabbed my camper, and came back. That's the thing about having the big horse trailer. You can't just find these right off the bat. You kind of got to park, get the quad out, then you find something like this and you're just willing to move again. But I'm going to give you a couple minutes of silence right after I explain that this is the main river coming out of Francois Lake. This is, I think it's called Henry River, and the two of them are meeting right at this point here. I fished, but no fish. So let's just listen to this for a bit. I just close my eyes and listen to it, and I'm telling you right now, I can almost fall asleep within that 1 minute that I'm just... it hurts me to talk. Turn the camera on. What do you think, Toonie? Are you the cameraman? You gotta get used to that harness on, eh? I promise I won't put it on very often. Okay? Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, we're heading into Ferro. I don't know why I didn't tape Ross Lake for you guys, but... Ross River, sorry. But I didn't. But I will tape coming into Ferro. But, that hill that you're going to be seeing here shortly is the big mine. Ferro's a big mining town. This bloody river's just got a lot of volume of water coming through it right now. I don't know why it is, but every time I see one of those bridges, I think of riding a motorbike across it. For some reason, every time I ride a motorbike across a bridge like that, it scares me. Yeah, great big old mine truck. Big old bucket. That's the kind of volume they were mining. Look at the size of that bucket. The truck's cool too. There's the town of Ferro. And then if you go straight, you'll go up to the mine. Oh. Well, I was just... absolutely bagged. Who'd have thunk you could get bagged driving? But I stopped in stopped in Ross River. Go lay down, Cash. Go lay down. Toonie, where are you? Stopped in Ross River. There was no tire repair, so I stopped in Ferro. Ended up getting 2 tires repaired. I had a nail in my one truck tire, and then the quad tire was screwed. The valve stem was broken. That's kind of what I suspected. And come here, baby. Toonie, here. Toonie, here. Here, come here. Come here. You get Cash's cuddles. And what ended up happening, the valve stem was screwed on that. So I've only made 350 miles today. And that's because getting things fixed, going into Ross, talking to the conservation officers, talking to the police, just figuring out when the freaking ferry was going across, and just everything combined. It was a slow day. Plus I quadded this morning, you know, checked out a couple areas. But a tiring day, just because of getting the tire fixed. Two tires fixed in Ferro, $160. You know, but the guy was really nice, and, you know, he did a good job, but $160 is a lot of money to pay to get 2 tires repaired. This isn't cheap. So if there's any way, if you ever want me to keep doing this, help me out. Support us online, because this doesn't happen for free. I'm happy to bring you guys videos, but long trips like this where I can show you lots of shit does not happen for free. Just putting it out there. I get on the horseback, get in the mountains. It's only costing me what it takes me to get to the trailhead. There's no storage in the mountains, But these trips where I go on the road like this, it costs a lot of money. It's a lot of miles, eh? That was, I think it was 300 okay, let's say 300 miles of gravel to Ferro from the turnoff. And then there was another 220 miles of gravel. So that's 500 and some miles of gravel that I put on the truck and trailer. And yeah, and then another 350, 400 on the quad too. So pavement's one thing, gravel's another. That's all I got to say. But anyways, so feeling especially bagged. And I stopped in this spot, and it just looked like a good road. Then I'm coming down the hill, and I'm going, oh no, I'm going to get in shit. But I knew it would get to the river. But as it turned out, there's this big turnout at the bottom. And lo and behold, I don't know how many years ago. I'm going to say 2, maybe 3 years ago. I stopped in this exact same spot. I'm on the Yukon River. And I'll take you down to the river here in a bit. And it's just a nice spot. I was able to sweep the trailer out. I just did a whole bunch of shitty, dirty stuff. Straightened my motorbike up, cleaned the quad off, got everything cleaned off from all the gravel roads. There's my clothes hanging. And then I had a sponge bath. 1 pot sponge bath. My cooking's 1 pot, my sponge baths are 1 pot. Whatever, I'll have a good sleep tonight and take the dogs for a walk down to the river. I'll show you guys the Yukon River too. And tomorrow I am back to the Alaska Highway. It's about 50 kilometers away. Back to the Alaska Highway and heading her up towards Dawson. So I don't know how the schedule is going to go, but I think if everything works out, tires good, everything like that, I'm going to go up the Tombstone Mountains before I go into Dawson. Just take a little side trip up there and do some fly fishing. I need to get some fly fishing in. I haven't got my pontoon boat in once. Just that valley didn't work out for pontoon boats, but I'm going to have a coffee here and a little bit of bay leaves in it, and I'm going to chill. The Yukon River. Oh, it doesn't seem as high as when I was here last time. You can see how high it does get. I think the canoe ride down here from Dawson from Whitehorse to Dawson would be epic. I'm thinking that these trees are scraped from logs dragging by them in high water. And there's the proof of the logs. There's a cool spot in here though. I did bring my bear spray just because I'm in bear country. Oh, cool. I got a swing for the kids. Oh, they're using it good now. There's a tent here. Oh, it's a lot nicer than last time I was here. Nice place for a family to hang out, eh? This must be the cook shack. Yeah. You can have a fire in here. Maybe almost like a sweat lodge. Oh, nice. Oh, there's some cool drawings on the table. Now this, in my eyes, is art. Probably just some kids painting whatever came to their mind while they were out here camping. Oh, that's a nice tent. Obviously been out already this year. That's a good sized tent too. And they got a bunch of wood and stuff, so I guess they're gonna build other stuff. There's something back here. Oh, and an old boat. Holy crap. They're just big, heavy boats. But, you know, they must serve a purpose. Why do I come out here with my street shoes? Jesus. I see a bunch of yellow flags, and this looks like an old trail. You know I gotta go a little further. Just a little further. Oh, squirrel, squirrel. I just had to make it up on this platform. A lot of old timber down here. Look at the moss. Now this is good for sleeping on. Look at that. Makes the best bed. You just get a whole bunch of it, get the sticks out of it, and you can sleep like a baby in this stuff. Like this here looks pretty flat. You tie a string from that tree to that tree, and you make a teepee with your tarp. Your tent goes here, your door goes there. Of course, you move that stick and clean up the twigs. You got tons of moss right there. You put your tent down, don't put the pegs in. You find your flat spot where you're gonna sleep. You move the tent. You put moss underneath where you're gonna sleep. Just a layer, you know, that's all you need, a layer right where you're gonna sleep. And then you put the tent back down. And it's just an easy way to make a real soft, oh, you sleep like a baby. I see all sorts of stuff that happened in the bush here over the years. See a couple of beaver bites. I see some old chainsaw workings. There's one of them right there. I see that this used to be a pretty good game trail. I see that nobody else hikes back here anymore. Well, the kids probably do a little bit. I see squirrels, they're little nut caches. This here is just one big nut cache. Squirrels have eaten here for hundreds of years. This stick here, all chewed up like this, is probably mice. Nibble away at that. You know, back in the old days, you'd see blazes along the rivers. That's how you'd follow the trails. But inevitably, the old trails were so beat up and so many trees over them that most of the time you can't get down them. So if you're in the high country rivers, you ride the trail where you can, but you end up riding the riverbed a lot more than the trails. Every once in a while you'll see trees like this, little bare spots, and guaranteed the snow was that level. And so more than likely, well, I mean, I guess a porcupine could do it, but it's more than likely field mice or moles or whatever. Sometimes they just chew the bark just to, I think, get different minerals, quite frankly. I could be wrong. So Polaris has got a good cover on it still. Oh, that's a pretty good looking machine. Yeah, they're still using it, but I have no idea why he's running it in here. Looks more like a family thing. I don't think it's a hunting camp, even though there was a hunting pole back then, and there's a hunting pole right there. But I got a feeling it's just a nice place for a family to come. Made a nice bathroom. Yeah, this was not here last time. Ideally, oh, fancy handles. Ideally, if this is mine, I'm putting tin on that so fast make your head spin. Just for 1.5 feet up. Just to keep the porcupines from coming in. And oh, little solar light. Just in case you're scared when you take a shit. Little solar lights all the way. That's actually good for the kids. Nice place. Look at all the firewood he's got. He cleaned it up. Look how nice and clean. Obviously, this guy's got energy. Guy you could respect. Nothing really messy. You know, the odd piece of garbage here, but God, what camp doesn't have that? But boy, does you know that either him or her, whatever parent, cares about their kids, and kids will grow up doing nice things too. You know, making things nice, keeping things clean. And nothing but respect for these people.